Heaven's California.
Friend or foe? Mounted, severely outnumbered. She called for Bulldogs to come. He's coming back. That's definitely not.
We should split up.
Really? You think? Oh! Of his tongue!
Said us. Get him, Dad.
Do you think he'll win?
About. Dad always wins.
I am the ghost that will haunt you at night. You can't escape. I am the ghost that will haunt you at night. You can't escape.
Flashing 12:07 before she pushed her long, rotting nails through my chest, her other hand muffling my scream. I sat bolt upright, relieved it was only a dream. But as I saw my alarm clock read 12:06, I heard my closet door creak open. Number 7.
May God himself, may God please, sanctify. Lord, save me. Please, Lord.
Deus altum tus ego sum.
Egg!
Wanna see is a dinosaur. A 5-foot-tall Herrerasaurus. She evolved from one of the small reptiles that survived the mass extinction. This one's fast, strong, and hungry.
A young planet called Theia is heading straight for Earth. The size of Mars, it travels nearly 10 miles per second, 20 times faster than a bullet. The intruder's gravity distorts the Earth's surface. The blast wave races around the planet. It's as though both young planets turn to liquid. Trillions of tons of debris blast out into space. But over the course of 1,000 years, gravity turns the rubble into a ring of red-hot dust and rock that circles the Earth. From this ring, a ball forms, over 2,000 miles wide. It's the birth life in the oceans blossoms. From microscopic bacteria to monsters. This is Anomalocaris. Nearly 2 feet long. It has large eyes, razor-sharp teeth, and grasping limbs. All it has to do is take its pick. The trilobite can't right itself. Its soft belly is exposed. Like this Gorgonopsid, a perfectly engineered, prehistoric killing machine. The Gorgonopsid's saber teeth wound the Scutosaur. The predator watches as its prey grows weak from blood loss. But before it can make its final move, something strange happens. The ground gets hot. Enormous pressure builds beneath the surface, and lava spews into the air. But the lava isn't from one single volcano. The entire landscape is erupting. It's a flood basalt eruption. A massive plume of mantle rises up from deep inside the Earth and pushes molten rock out through fissures in the Earth's crust. The lush paradise is now a lifeless hell. The scutosaurs and the gorgonopsids are dead. They're the first casualties in the greatest mass extinction the world has ever seen, the Permian extinction. On the other side of the continent Gondwana, nothing's changed. Yet. It appears to be snowing, but the temperature is about 70 degrees. It's actually ash, fallout from the eruptions some 10,000 miles away. The ash burns and suffocates the animals, killing them around the world. Sulfur dioxide from the eruptions fills the atmosphere. As it rains, the gas turns to sulfuric acid and burns everything it falls on. What was a local disaster has now turned global. The Siberian eruptions increase the Earth's carbon dioxide levels. The atmosphere gets hotter. Water evaporates. And vegetation dies. Around the world, life on land is being wiped out. And life in the oceans has also been compromised. The waters turn pink. Plants, trilobites, and predators disappear. The new, hotter atmosphere heated the oceans and stripped them of oxygen. Now this pink algae is one of the few life forms that can survive in the stagnant water. The Siberian eruptions transformed the entire planet. Nothing, not even the deepest ocean floor, is beyond their reach.
Released by the Siberian traps was about to make things much, much worse. In Leeds, paleontologist Paul Wignall is surrounded by the victims. Fossils found in rocks from Greenland. They testify to the devastating effects of the Siberian eruptions.
The first things that start suffering in the entire fossil record is the plant record of temperature rise.
5 degrees may sound small to us, but it had a massive impact on the Earth's climate. Warming the Earth's atmosphere affects how rain is generated and dictates where it falls. By raising the Earth's temperature, volcanic CO2 fundamentally altered global weather systems. In equatorial regions, it simply stopped raining. In South Africa, the Karoo Basin felt the full impact of this change in climate. Its lush floodplains became a scorched desert. Paleontologist Roger Smith studies how this rapidly changing landscape affected the Karoo's inhabitants. And he's just discovered one of the victims.
Here we have an in situ.
That's nasty stuff.
He's discovered that as oxygen levels in the lake drop, the amount of poisonous hydrogen sulfide increases and pink water can be found closer to the surface. It means the poison is rising up through the water, killing all the oxygen-breathing animals who live there. The Green Lakes are just a few small pockets of water, but imagine it on a global scale.
If we were to take a satellite picture of the Permian Ocean, the regions that are green today would have been pink when viewed from space because of the abundance of
the deepest ocean floor is beyond their reach. Bubbles of methane gas escape from beneath the seabed. Methane is a greenhouse gas, at least 20 times deadlier than carbon dioxide. Until now, the gas has been frozen, but as the sea temperature rises, it begins to melt. Released into the atmosphere, this powerful gas pushes up temperatures even further. It's now almost 105 degrees, 11 degrees hotter than before the Siberian eruptions. Creatures that survived the initial destruction now face a new and deadly environment. Few will live. It's been 500,000 years since the eruptions first began, and all this time, the lava's been pouring out. By now, it covers an area the size of the United States, with a layer of molten rock nearly 4 miles deep. "95% of the species are gone. A few survive by eating anything they can find and living in burrows underground.
It was a white dress. She also claimed that her husband dumped her on her wedding night. She said she was trying to find a ride for 3 hours, but she couldn't since it was too dark outside. When I got a good look at her, I was shaking because she was tearing up blood.